Welcome to the program on this Monday morning. Thanks for joining us wherever you are, morning or night. Thanks for making us part of your day. We are live on Facebook, live on YouTube. The Eagles are Super Bowl champions for the second time in 8 years. I'm ecstatic. I'm pumped. I'm glad I made it to the show today. Had a big special guest. Did not want to disappoint you guys. Special guest in the house today, my alum from the Pomona Panthers, Ramapo High School days, born and raised in Thailand. Moved to New York when he was 6 years old, spent about 30 years in New York, moved back to Thailand 7 years ago to open up Chef Bing Pizza. Man, it's been a long time, brother. How are you? Welcome to the program.
Thank you for having me, bro. Thank you, man. Appreciate you.
For sure. So, big game last night. Time difference. Did you watch the game? Did you fall asleep? You woke up? It was like a blowout?
I woke up right before halftime, and it was like 24-0 or something like that. Yeah, I didn't watch the game. I don't really watch. If it's not my team, I'm not really watching it. But I was rooting for the Birds, you know?
Nice. Who do you root for these days? You root for the Giants? Who do you root for these days?
I'm a Saints fan. I've been a Saints fan since like 92, 93. Yeah.
Really?
Yeah. It was just, I like the hat.
Okay.
Is it Giants, Jets? I was like New Orleans, and at least I got to see a championship. You know, I got the Drew Brees era. You know, so it was worth it.
That's awesome, man.
Yeah.
It's crazy. We grew up together, like so. It's like surreal. Like we grew up back in the day, Pomona, Ramapo. Any fond memories back then growing up as kids? Anything growing up? Favorite teacher? Some memories?
Yeah, like really, I think it was HQ, man. Like, you know, we tend to hang out at my house and we would barbecue and chill out. So definitely had some great memories of adolescence and high school and that's yeah.
Any favorite teacher you remember from high school? Anybody that stuck out to you? I know it's a long time ago.
I think it's Mrs. Right?
Okay.
He was guidance counselor, right? I think it was
Guidance counselor. Yep, Mrs. Fields. God rest her
Yeah,
soul. Yep.
he was always held me down. You know, she looked out for me.
Right. That's awesome, man.
Tried her best to get me through high school.
Any aspirations back then growing up? Was cooking your calling? Any idea how that was always in the cards? Was cooking always in the cards back then?
Really even looked at cooking. I only I home cooked, you know, where we'd throw parties and barbecues and stuff like that, but never thought of that I was gonna do it professionally. You know, I was like kind of just doing random mediocre jobs. There's like I worked pretty much through high school, I think. It's like, yeah,
Right.
I worked. It's always working.
Right.
And then it's like, yeah, like I said, I didn't walk down the graduation with you guys, you know? So it was like, I dropped out, I think probably like the start of like fourth quarter. I was done with school, you know? It was, kind of put myself in a bad situation, but you know, it was like, I was never into school. You know, once I got into high school, I was kind of like, I think I was young and I wanted to be the cool kid or something like that. And, you know, I did some things that wasn't so proud of, you know, said some shit that I definitely wasn't proud of, you know, but, I think that ultimately that's why I left high school. You know, ended up going to RCC and trying to get my GED and, you know, school never stuck. I always worked. So that was the saving grace, you know, it's like, whatever, like warehouse jobs and blah, blah, blah. I was at Argent Mortgage for a couple of years with like everybody else that was working Argent Mortgage that came from Rockland County, you know? So, you know, I did banking for like 2-3 years, something like that.
Okay.
And then we were on like the funding side. And then I moved back and I think the crash, right? I think when everything was bursting, I think laid off, and I ended up coming to Thailand for a vacation. And then once I came back from Thailand, I decided to pursue cooking.
Awesome. It's crazy because I'm looking around the man cave and I'm like, I got to find this yearbook, right? 97 yearbook. And I found the yearbook because we're all about content on this show. Take a look at this guy. Take a look at this, man. Look at that guy right there. Look at that. Look at that. Look at that guy. Full head of hair now. Look at that thing.
Oh my God.
Look at that thing,
It's
man.
awesome.
Yeah,
That I love. You gotta send me a picture.
I gotta send you a picture of that. Full head of hair. Look at that, man.
Send me a
And then
picture.
it's crazy, man. So you didn't graduate high school, which I never knew about until we were talking off here about it. Last time you visited New York, man. When was the last time you visited New York?
I haven't visited New York since I left New York. Yeah, I left New York in 2017, and I
Wow.
haven't been. Yeah,
What do you miss most about New York? The snow days. We had some snow, man. I can give you some of that snow.
I miss the snow. I definitely love. My birthday's in February, so I'm a winter baby. I always love the cold, and being in Thailand with no snow. So I mean, I miss it. But what I miss most, I think it was the vibe. I think the energy of New York. The energy of the people, the energy of the culture. Especially when I moved into Manhattan. When I got out of Rockland. When I started, pursuing cooking, it's like I moved into Manhattan, and yeah, there's a certain energy about New York. I think it's different now. I heard, my brother's still in New York, and everything's just uber expensive and just ridiculous. So I'm glad I got to experience New York when in its golden days.
Yeah. Yeah, for sure. For sure. So things didn't work out. You needed some kind of change, right? Different jobs. What finally made you say, okay, maybe it's time I go back home, try something different in Thailand? Because 2017, you kind of hit rock bottom, right? Talk about that a little bit for us.
Yeah. So the reason why I left New York was because I had a huge drug addiction. I was addicted to crack cocaine, for 10 years. And so I pretty much when I started pursuing cooking, that's when I developed a habit, and it became a problem. I did, do rehab. I did inpatient and I did outpatient. I went numerous stints at AA and NA and all those groups. Did my steps, got my counselor, I got my sponsor. And it's just too accessible in New York. It's just like it's everywhere. You step out, you literally say you step out your door, and it's like it's
Right there.
very, very hard to kick it. So I had to remove myself from the environment. So it's cocaine is one hell of a drug, like for sure.
Like the Chappelle would say, right?
Like, like I was one of the one hit wonders. It took me like my first hit, and I was
Yep.
gone. Like literally, I was hooked for like 10 years, and luckily I had Thailand as a fallback. Not many people do, and I had to look at it in that light. It's like and then I still wouldn't go back to New York. Yeah, just because I don't trust myself, because I didn't. The only thing that changed was that there's really no crack cocaine in Thailand. Like the coke isn't that great. Blah blah blah. It's hard to get it, right. Even if there is, like in the States, it's everywhere.
Yeah.
It's like you're
Yeah.
not getting away from it. So
Right.
that's why you ask. It's like, would I go back or you come visit? I'm like, no, I probably would not. Pretty happy where I'm at.
What kind of advice would you give somebody going through what you went through back then? How would you tell them?
I would tell them I mean, it's very cliche, but it's up to you. It's like nobody else is gonna be able to help you. Like no sponsor, no, they can help and aid, but the decision of quitting is ultimately on you. And if you can't decide that, because most addicts can't decide that because we're addicted to drugs, and like hopefully you have to realize yourself that you need to remove yourself from the environment that you're in to be able to, establish some type of change in the routine that you're going through. Yeah.
Great, great, great advice. He's Chef Bing, owner of Chef Bing in Thailand, Pomona Panther, Ramapo Griffin alum, and dear friend of mine now residing in Thailand, joining us on the show today. So 30 years in New York. So you moved to Thailand. Huge risk, right? You're not really sure what to expect, right? How surprised were you by any culture shock at first? Like, oh my God, what did I get myself into?
I think it was, I left New York basically in a ball of flames, right? So Thailand was like paradise, and then my mother was already like a retired nurse. She's already moved back like 2 years. And my brother was vacationing here like every year. So he was here. So it was a good, time for new beginnings. Right. So but I was definitely culture shocked. It's like, even though I'm Thai, but I grew up in New York for like 30 years. So I'm American more than I am Thai.
Hi. Yeah.
Well, just seeing how everything it was definitely an eye opener,
Yeah, for sure.
both positive and negatives,
Yeah, for sure.
Yeah.
For sure. What changed the most 30 years and you came back home? What changed the most? The city, the people, the environment? What changed the most that stood out to you the most?
The city. Yeah. Because like I think before I made the decision to move back I didn't come to Thailand for like 12 years. So it was like, there was no trains. There was still like only like one mall, but as soon as I got back here,
Right.
but later, it was like a
Right.
metropolis. It's like, the city is just booming.
Wow. Wow,
Yeah.
that's awesome, dude. I mean, so now the whole pizza thing involved, right? Why pizza? Why not any other food you could have chose, but you chose pizza?
Well, because one, I love pizza, and I was missing New York style pizza at the end of the
Okay.
day, and I knew I was going to do something for myself that I could scale up. And there's a lot of most of the operators of pizza here are doing like Italian pizza, like Neapolitan brick ovens, and there was only like 2, 3 operators doing New York style pizza. So I saw less competition, and and for the love of pizza, I'm like, I couldn't get a quality slice that I liked.
Right.
So I was,
Right.
I'm going to make it myself.
That New York pizza sure hits different, right?
Yeah, it's different.
Yeah.
We've been open for like 4.5 years now, and it's starting to really take. And I didn't realize how hard it was going to be. The whole reason why I picked New York pizza because I was like, how hard could it be?
Yeah. Yeah.
And
Yeah.
it was hard. It was like,
Who came up with the concept? You're thinking, you're brainstorming, I got to do something, right? Who came up with this concept? Like how it's going to be, where it's going to be, location? Who came up with that? Was it you? Was it the wife or the family members?
I think it was the universe, man. I kind of just when I moved back to Thailand, I moved back. I vacationed for like 6 months, and then I took a head chef job down in Krabi, down in the south,
Okay.
in southern Thailand. And, just because I wanted to experience beach life, coming from working in the city for 10, 11 years, I was kind of chewed up. And, so I had like a year break of beach life. I was still working. I was head chef. But once I was only on a year contract because I didn't want to continue the contract. I moved back into my mom's house when I was 40. When I turned 40, I
Wow.
moved to mom's house and had no salary. I had no savings. I had no money. My mom was giving me allowance. So I was like, very humbling experience, right? So I was just kind of working with everything that my mom could kind of help me with. So she gave me an allowance, which was like literally like $300 a month, which is like so I isolated myself, which it was the best thing that she did. She was like, hey, I'm only giving you this much money, and it forced me to stay home. I couldn't. She was like, oh, you can still go out and hang out. I'm like, mom, I'm like, on in like 2, 3 days. Like
Right. Right.
it's me budgeting.
Yeah. Yeah.
But, I got myself a PlayStation and I basically recipe tested for, I think the dough took me about 6 months to recipe test. And then took me like another 6 months to learn how to stretch the dough and to bake and all that stuff. So overall, it was like a year process.
Year process. I mean, that's crazy. Any challenges opening up the pizza shop? Any hurdles you faced at all, if any?
Sourcing. Yeah, just sourcing product because all our base ingredients are imported. So
Okay.
Thailand, I think it's changing, but Thailand has like 30% import tax on anything that gets imported here.
Wow.
So
It's
and
expensive.
it expensive, yes, but then it was also like the supply chain was shaky because it was like COVID. We opened
COVID.
like
Yeah. COVID hit. Yeah.
And like I said, like the Italians that are here, they kind of monopolized the pizza game a little bit. So it was like I was a very small operator. I was a mom and pop, and it's
Yeah.
like I'm getting the short
The little
end.
guy, the short end of the stick, right? Yeah. Yeah. They don't care about the little guys. Yeah, exactly.
So ultimately, I had to like I have three backup recipes just because that's how many times my flour was changing. So but now I think everything's kind of ever since COVID lifted and all that stuff, everything's coming back to normal.
So now you got the pizza shop. Who did the hiring? You? Who helped you did the hiring for the shop?
I did the hiring. Yeah, me and my wife
Okay.
and made the decisions on hiring. I hired like a family friend. They kind of took in and took care of his their family. He's actually one of my best employee, one of my best staff. I've considered a family. He lives with me. He lives upstairs.
That's awesome, dude. So is there like the employees, how great they are? I'm sure they're great. Any room for improvement, manager wise, assistant manager, any room for improvement for the employees?
Oh yeah, I mean, Thailand it's relatively easy to get like laborers, but
Okay.
it's hard to find management.
Okay.
It's hard to find like people that are willing to make the commitment, like like you committed for 25 years.
Yeah. In the restaurant. Yeah. It's not easy.
It's
No.
not easy.
No.
It- and I think that's just globally in the restaurant industry. It's very hard
Hard to
to
find good people, that
yeah,
trustworthy people.
and to retain them and to
Yeah,
keep
for
board.
sure. They could be here for 5, 6 months. They're gone somewhere else, for more money. So it's hard
Yeah,
to find those diamonds in the rough. You know what I mean?
yeah, absolutely. But you will find them. We found a couple. But like I said, we're trying to expand. I'm looking for my second location, and but they have services, they have agencies and stuff. Most of the staff that we employ are actually Burmese, like Myanmar,
Okay,
but they're more like the Mexicans of Southeast Asia for sure.
for sure. Grinders just work no many, whatever hours, time or day they work. They work. You got to love them. Got to take care of them. Yeah.
And then you gotta respect it, and it's all about just treating them fairly and
Yeah,
you know,
for sure.
paying them what they should get paid.
Yeah, for sure. You
Yeah.
want to retain that staff and keep the business going. So now I've seen the design. It's so dope. You got like the New York, the train, the turtle out there. Who came up with the design? The Bangkok made Chef Bing Pizza. Tell us more about the design, the outside of the building.
I think it was a collection of like me and my wife and the artist Emilio, or our friends, and yeah, it was just I think we jacked the Ninja Turtles thing. I don't know if I should say that for trademark. We jacked the Ninja Turtle thing, and we laid out the letters and stuff ourselves. A little bit of freestyle, a little bit of planning. It was just like
Definitely has that New York feel to it. Look at it, I could tell. I
yeah.
feel like I'm in New York when you're in Thailand, right?
Well,
Yeah.
a New Yorker sprayed it, so like Emilio Ramos, he was trying to lace up the wall, so it's definitely have some type of credibility.
Yeah, for sure. He's got some cred for sure, man.
It's a few point,
Um, Yeah, those street cred for sure. What's the art of making good pizza? You know good pizza from not good pizza, came from New York, moved to Thailand. You're like, this Italian pizza, came up with your own concept. What's the art of making good pizza? Because I know you had an issue, right? The water, the dough in the beginning was tough,
yeah,
right?
yeah. It's everything affects the dough at the end of the day, and it's all about trying to get the product as consistent as possible. And I think the key thing for me is water. Is like that was I think a lot of people they don't address that. But I think the successful pizzerias, I'd imagine they understand that the water does come into play.
Right,
Because
for sure.
I studied this recipe for 5.5 years. So it's like yeah. So that's my main thing. Yeah, that we addressed. It was the water, but it definitely took a lot of tweaking. It took a lot of because we were catering to we catered to Thai people. I was not in the goal to make authentic New York style pizza. I was like trying to make New York like a chefing New York style pizza, something that I could teach and scale up, and build into something bigger. because I've been watching a lot of YouTube stuff and all the shorts and everything, and people are, oh, you shouldn't use a pizza mesh. You're supposed to open your pizza like this, blah blah blah. And it's like a train, it's like training wheels. It's like, if you don't care about consistency, then I understand why you don't want to use it. Right?
Yeah,
It's
for sure.
very to keep the product consistent and be able to train somebody. It's like, yeah, I can open it the fancy way, like the Italian Americans and does it, but can I teach that to somebody quick and fast so I could open more? It's like,
Right.
no, can't. So then I'm going to be the one, I'm going to be held back by the ability of me being able to train somebody to be able to open the pizza like me, which is, it's a hard thing to do. It's like,
For sure.
It's like you're going to open, no matter how much I train you, you're going to open that pizza some way, somehow a little bit different than me,
Yeah.
So now me as an operator, I'm trying to figure out, okay, there's got to be give and takes, right? Where if we can get it to where 90% of the time our pizza is like this, it doesn't, I don't care how it looks when we open a pizza. Some people give me shit like, oh, you're opening on a pizza screen. I'm like, so what? Like, I have a clear, layout and outline that somebody can work on it. It doesn't look cool. It doesn't look like I'm tossing the pizza and
traditional
blah, blah, blah.
way, right? Yeah, not
Yeah,
traditional
but
way. Yeah,
it's good, and the product comes out how I want it. So, it's at the end of the day, everybody has the right to their opinion.
own opinion. Exactly.
Yeah, but
exactly.
for me as an operator, it's like, yeah, whatever. I use a pizza screen. I sell pizza, and we're doing well.
Right. Yeah. There you go. Shove it up your, you know what?
Whatever.
You had any doubts? I mean, 'cause this thing is hard. New life, new beginnings. Pizza thing. Here we go. Any nights you went home like, I don't know if I could do this. Maybe it's the wrong idea. I don't know. Any
Yeah.
self-doubt creeped in? As human beings, right? We always have that, right?
Yeah, I was definitely, I think it was like the 5th month. And like I said, it comes back to the water. It's like I ended up calling my brother because of this whole, New York, it's in the water, it's in the water. And I'm like, okay, I'm not going to import New York City water.
You can't do that.
So I was like, I asked my brother to pH the water, and then, it came out to what it was. And, we found filters that filtered to what it was, and I plugged it into our recipe, and it changed the product, the final product.
Completely. Yeah.
That's why it's like, I people are like, oh, you shouldn't tell your secrets. And it's like, it's not a secret. It's like, I'm not the only one that thinks
Went
that
through this.
that it's important that the water. I mean, look how important water is in general, right?
Yeah.
For
Life.
Life, for
Yeah.
plants, for everything.
Everything. Yeah.
Well, why is it not important for the pizza?
For pizza. Exactly. Yeah.
I mean, the dough is a living thing. It's like the bacteria are growing.
Yeah. That's true. 100%. The menu, ridiculously great. Tell us about the menu. How the menu came about.
Thai focus, but we wanted to, obviously, I'm a Thai American, so we wanted to push the whole New York angle. So most of our stuff, we kind of have the traditionals, except for like the carbonara pasta. That's more for the Thais, because carbonara for Thais it's a white sauce.
Like
a
white sauce. Yep.
Yeah, and Italians like, oh, it's not a carbonara. It's like, okay, like it's
Here we go.
Then it's a Thai carbonara. All right.
Man, yeah, they're trying to rain on your parade, man. These guys, man.
But we do the wings. We do some really good wings.
Okay.
We have the traditional hot wings, and then we have some other interesting flavors. Our lemon pepper is actually really doing well, so we might end up, kind of really starting to push that. But yeah, I think most of my thing is just more kind of giving that happy blend of New York and Thai. So we came up with the Samui pizza, which is our number one seller. 70% of our customers are Thai people. It's not tourists. It's not foreigners. It's not expat.
It's homegrown Thai people. Yeah.
So a Samui, which is the grilled pork neck, and then it would be pepperoni, and then it's Hawaiian pizza, where it's just some people just order extra pineapple, and I'm like, great, let's put more Well,
Let's put
pineapples.
pineapple on top of pineapples.
Like, you can't put pineapple pizza. I'm like, watch me put pine.
Watch me work. The ideas are great, man. How many days you guys open? The hours? Where are you guys located?
We're located in pretty much city center, right in the heart of the city. We're open Tuesday to Sunday. We closed on Monday. Tuesday to Thursday, we open from 10 a.m. until 10 p.m. But there's a break. There's a 3 hour like
Gap in
siesta.
between, relax, clean up, and get ready for the second half of the
Still a
shift.
long shift, even if you get that. So we're pushing like 12-hour days, 13-hour days, 6 days a week, and then Friday, Saturday, Sunday, we're open straight through from 10 to 10. Yeah.
That's awesome, dude. How many different flavors do you guys have, right? I mean, you talk about the other pizza with the pineapples.
We have 15 different pizza toppings. We started off with 14, and in 4 years, I added one more. I did
Wow.
specials, but we haven't. I think we had a clear and concise menu in the beginning to kind of like cover all angles. We have a vegan pizza. We have the vegetarians. The only thing I'm missing is chicken. It's like I need to put on like a solid chicken pizza, and I could kind of be done and kind of streamline the business and grow it.
Yeah. Was this all mostly your idea, pretty much? You had some help with the menu
Yeah,
creation?
it was just more. I think it was me and my wife.
Okay.
But for the most part, I think the food was all pretty much me, except for the ones that we were really geared towards Thai people. Definitely had my staff and stuff kind of help influence the decision, but the core of it was all me.
You go to some places, they have like a book, like 15, 18 pages. How many pages in your menu? 4 or 5, 6 pages?
I think we have like 6, 7 pages, something like
Okay.
that. We try to make it, like some of the menus here, there'll be
Yeah.
like 100
A
pages,
book, right? You're sitting down there
Yeah,
reading for an hour. Are you ready to order yet? No, I'm not ready. I'm just looking through the book.
we do.
Right. Right. That's awesome, man. What's your yeah, what's your favorite go-to pizza? What do you eat, by the way? You have a favorite pizza on the menu or you love them all? Pizza flavors.
American cheese. So it's an imported mozzarella cheese that we get from
Okay.
California. I'm a plain cheese. I'm like Kevin McAllister. I love the plain cheese pizza,
Keep it
but
simple.
yeah, keep it simple.
Yeah.
If I don't want that, then it would be Italian sausage and peppers. That's definitely my
That's
go-to.
your
Yeah.
go-to.
Yeah.
What's fusion pizza? What is fusion pizza?
Fusion pizza is just, pizza. It's, I guess you would say it's kind of like a cross between like what we reference as American pizza, like the traditional pizza, and with influence from different cultures. So it's like we're a Thai influenced pizza. We have Thai influenced pizza, which is like the komo yang. It's super flavorful, super, it's like it hits all the notes that you want. That's what Thai food is known for. It's like the range, if you get it like the perfect bite, it's like you get a little bit of everything. You get, spicy, salty, umami, and so it's just more just rounding out the flavors, I think.
Biggest customer you encountered, what was that like? You kicked them out? What did you have to do? You had to raise some hell
Mental health issues is a big thing.
in
So
Thailand,
in Thailand and in the world, as we all know,
for
but
sure.
that's most of the homeless in Thailand are either the elderly or the mentally unstable or mental health issue cases. And when we first opened our original location, it was in Old Town, and it was in the hood. It was like I'm from New York, so it was like
Yeah.
it
Yeah.
was for what it was. And I had I think it was a white guy from somewhere. He literally just got out of the mental health hospital. Like he still had the bracelet, and I'm talking about not the hospital. It was kind of like like the asylum. And, I think he felt like he was, possessed or whatever it was. I kind of was, cause I dealt myself with mental health issues. So I knew how to kind of relate, and I also, I had counseling and stuff like that. And I was kind of able to empathize with him. and kind of like he just wanted some pizza. He was a paying customer. He had money, but he was like no shirt, and he's like eating cigarettes, like literally eating cigarettes in the shop.
Unreal. Unreal.
And I kind of let him. I took his business. He came it was like, I remember he came every day for a week straight. He's just every day he came in and bought a large pie, and then he would do different things. Each time he came, like he would stomp on the pizza and just do some really crazy things.
Right.
And the last day that he was at the shop, I had customers that was inside, and it was a small shop. It was like a small corner shop. We had like 3 tables.
Wow.
And so there is very close interaction, and it was going through COVID, and yeah, he started kind of just going crazy off at the customers, and I kind of stepped up and respectfully kind of just, he's like, hey, I can't have you,
business.
in the premises anymore. And he kind of took it hard, because like I almost kind of felt like I built kind of some type of connection,
A relationship with him. Yeah.
because like every time he came, I would have to deal with, like, my staff would be like, hey, he's back, and I'm like, shit, like I gotta go.
Yeah. You got to take care of him, see what he wants. Yeah.
Yeah, and he kind of yelled at me and stuff like that, but he left, and he respectfully, and I never seen him again. But that was
Wow.
definitely one of the craziest
One
moments.
experience.
Yeah.
Wow. What's your busiest days like? How many pizzas you guys sell in a busy day? Ever get sold out? Ever sold out? Like completely sold out?
Yeah, we sell out. Well, in the beginning, when we got kind of like the recognition a little bit, when like Queens and some of these other YouTubers came, we at that time we were still in Old Town, so it was we were sold out for like 2.5, like almost 3 months, like in advance. You had to book in advance, and that went on for about 8-9 months, something like that. But nowadays, it's like we prepare not to sell out. We try not to sell out, but we're right now, our numbers went up. We're probably averaging about, I'm gonna say, 50, 60 large pies, but then we offer like small and medium. So
Okay, good.
the large pie, they break down into different sizes. If we can, to be honest, it's like if we could hit 30 large doughs, like whatever, small, medium, or large pizzas, we're actually having a great day, because the cost of labor and everything is kind of relatively inexpensive here. So now we're probably averaging about like 50, 60. So we're doing good. I think it's time for a second location.
Yeah, that's awesome, dude. The weather there, does it rain a lot? Any slow days? Maybe weekends are probably busier than the restaurant business. Weekends are usually busier than like Monday to
But
Thursday.
like, since I don't know, man, like Thailand got voted what top destination again
In
for
the
like
world. Yeah.
world for 2025.
Yeah. Put that on there, right? Yeah. Amazing.
This high season, it's been crazy. I was expecting a drop off, because like we had our best month ever since we opened in December. I was like, we did really, really well. And I was kind of expecting a drop off, and it's carried over. So it's interesting. High season ends about April, like right around Thai New Year's. Thai New Year's is on 13th. So it'll be interesting to see if there's going to be a dip, but there's a lot of Chinese tourism, a lot of like Malaysians, a lot of Indonesians, a lot of Indians coming. And now, especially with, I don't know what's going on back home in the great America, but
Right.
a lot of you guys are coming here,
Yeah.
like people
Yeah.
are kind of just like seeing what their options are, I guess, at the end of the day.
Sure. How would you describe Chef Bing pizza for somebody that never had it before?
I would say it's a New York style pizza, I guess, with I don't want to say fusion. I think where Chef Bing Pizza is like a chef driven pizzeria, where we kind of really focus on the techniques and the ingredients of what we're putting into the pizza, not so much trying to become authentic of anything. Like where we kind of have our own style, where some people are like, oh, this is New York style, but it's like, what is New York style? It's like, okay, it's thin base, crunchy in the bottom, you have the fluff So I would say that, we're a focused pizzeria.
Awesome, man. Your biggest supporter. We can't do this all by ourselves, right? We need somebody in our corners, right? Mom, dad, your wife. Tell us about how they supported you in all of this.
Mom, definitely emotionally and financially. I would definitely owe everything to my mom. She's strong woman, Mrs. P.
Yeah,
So she's living her best life right now. She's gets exactly what she deserves. She worked hard and she's just enjoying retirement. Like her pension's crazy, so she's she's having a great time.
yeah, for sure,
Definitely
for
my
sure.
mom. And my wife on the emotional level and spiritual level, I think, I'm kind of big into spirituality. Been kind of looking a lot more into the Buddhist religion and stuff like that. I didn't realize how rooted my family is in the religion. My dad, we own like a Buddhist book company, which is like one of the most well-known companies in town. I had no idea. I just started actually just really because like, my dad's getting older and I'm here and I'm finally getting a little bit of more time and the importance of like, okay, spending time with my mom and my dad. And now I'm really excited for the future of what's going on. Because like, even though I don't want to have kids and stuff like that, I don't want to, I don't want the legacy of the last name. Like in Thailand, I didn't realize how big your family name carries weight.
Yeah, yeah,
If you have, let's say, if you're part of like some high ranking, like the prime minister, it's like, if you're part of his family, it's like you're pretty powerful person.
yeah, for sure.
Now it's just like, hey, I kind of want to keep that legacy alive for our family.
Sure. Shout out to Mrs. P, man. Moms are a rock, man. Family. I mean, I wouldn't be here without my mom today. I tell you that much, man. We're super, super tight. We watch games together, football, baseball, whatever the case may be. She knows the games. She asks questions every now and then, but I mean, just like your mom, my mom, man, they're a dime a dozen. They're a gem, man. They really are. And your brother, shout out to your brother, by the way, right? Lives in Queens. Shout out to him. Are you guys pretty tight, pretty close? You guys still talk, right? Every now and then?
Yeah, we're close now. We weren't close when we were growing up.
Okay.
I think brother, I was 2 years younger. I was always like stealing his clothes and trying. So yeah, I think me and my brother started getting closer. I think through like way through my drug addiction. I was kind of seeing we finally built that bond. And yeah, love my brother. He's doing well, man. Things are really coming together for him out in New York. And I'm excited. He's going to be back here in like April 1st, along with some of our friends with like Fred and Rocco and Dub. So we're going to have like a kind of little reunion out here.
Going
I
on.
think, yeah, it's going to be fun.
That's going to be a really good time, man. He's Chef Bing, owner of Chef Bing Pizza in Thailand, Pomona Panther, Ramapo Griffin, alum, dear friend of mine, now residing in Thailand. Joining us on the show today, your outfit, man, all black, New York Yankee on, your love for the Yankees. Tell us about that.
Uh, you know, I mean, they're the Yankees. I mean, I wasn't going to be, I mean, sorry, but, it's the Yankees. Like, I'm not going to get anything off, but yeah, I was more big on football, honestly. Yeah, I mean, I'm from New York, so I had to choose a New York team, even though I didn't do it for NFL. NBA was like, I was kind of like a fake Knicks fan, I guess. I'm not going to say like I'm a diehard Knicks fan, but because I wasn't that big into basketball either. I just really love football. And so the New York, the baseball and basketball thing was always okay. It's one of the fucking New York teams.
Yeah, yeah. Why not the Mets, though? I mean, you got any no love for the Mets here, or?
Yeah, I don't think the history related to me more, I guess, and not to say it like that New York. It was like I grew up in Brooklyn. When me and my brother moved to New York when we were like young. I was like 6 and 7. And, we grew up in Brooklyn. In games, I wasn't watching Mets games, so it was kind of like kind of growing up in Brooklyn and with the Italians and their love for the Yankees and all that
Yeah,
stuff.
yeah. That's awesome, man. Who's your favorite Yankee of all time? You got any favorite Yankees as a kid growing up watching the Yankees? Who's your favorite Yankee of all time? Okay, okay.
So Yeah. Yeah,
That's awesome.
definitely. Yeah. Yeah. It wasn't too much into like, you know, just into sports like that,
Right, right, right.
I was, like I said, I was always working. I was always, the only thing that I followed was football. It was like, like fantasy football, doing fantasy
Yeah,
football.
yeah, with your friends and stuff.
It
Yeah, yeah,
was like, that was it. It was like, oh, we're doing
yeah.
a live, oh my God, we're doing a live draft. Like, oh, it's gonna be crazy.
Did you watch like the Giants and or Jets? Anybody from New York? Anybody you watched?
Yeah, I was happy when the Giants won.
Super
There's
Bowl. Yeah, yeah,
stuff like that. It's like I almost feel bad for the Jets fans. And
yeah. They're going
like
through it. They're going through it, man. They're going through it. Oh man, that's awesome, dude. Mariano Rivera, look at that. I didn't know that. I'll write that down. Mariano Rivera. Shout out to Mo, by the way. Your infatuation for elephants, there seems to be some kind of bond there. Tell us about that. Ever get nervous around them? What do you feed them? They're big animals, right? Tell us about that.
yeah, I think they're just this gentle creature. There's something, they're these huge animals and you can't hear them. Like you're in the forest and you can't hear them like creeping up on you. And they're these big, so
Really?
yeah, there's definitely something I think majestic about them. They're a big importance in like Thai culture and stuff like
Yeah,
that.
right.
Ramanine kind of helped trying to do the whole saving the elephants thing way back in like
Rescue and stuff like that.
yeah, like 52, like 1952 or 53, something like that. Which is at National Elephants Day in Thailand is I believe on March 13th. Yeah, they're beautiful creatures. I think that when I got back to Thailand from New York, I took a trip to Chiang Mai and I went to that. I think you might have saw a clip with the elephants in it was like Chiang Mai Elephant Sanctuary, and yeah, they brought like a family of elephants out from the jungle. I mean, obviously they raise them and stuff like that, but they roam freely, and so it was a lot different than some of the other rescues and stuff that they have operating here. And I just fell in love with the elephants. So definitely a good memory. And it's just I haven't went back, like, but I definitely something. You're right. I definitely have some type of uh
Bond connection there, right? Yeah.
connect. Yeah,
Which is
yeah.
very genuine and cool to see, man. I'm kind of nervous around those guys, man. Maybe I'll give them a try, I got to try something in my life, Be so
Give it
scared
a try.
anymore.
Well, like
Yeah.
they're not gonna hurt you, man.
Yeah. All right. I'll follow your lead, man. I'll follow your lead, Your love for traveling, some places you've been to, you're always on a plane, which I admire. I love. Favorite place to visit?
Favorite place to visit?
Yeah.
To be honest, actually, my favorite place to visit is Samui. Is so I don't actually travel a lot. I travel domestically within Thailand. So
Okay.
I
Okay.
like go up north because everything in Thailand is about an hour flight away, and down to like the beaches and stuff like that. So every time you see me flying, I'm more just flying domestically. So I'm not a well-traveled person as much as I would like to be. Ever since I started working in the kitchen, I just
It
didn't have,
consumes you. It's hard.
I don't have the time to, like, I'm not going to fly halfway around the world for
Yeah.
like 10 days, it's like I can't. So, I didn't really travel. I was cooking in New York for 10 years. So all those 10 years, I didn't go anywhere. I was in New York. Maybe I went to like Miami or to the Caribbeans or something like that, but not really international, it's like
Right. Sure.
Caribbeans is international, but it's not, you
It's not,
understand.
right? Yeah. Yeah. For sure. For sure. When you're not working, temples, relaxation, quiet time, how do you relax? You ever get tired?
I, I do get tired because we tend to work and kind of burn out, but as you get older, it's weird. I think I got in the past that now it's more kind of like the love of hospitality and the love of actually being in the industry and being able to survive because not a lot of people are surviving, or thriving. There's a lot of people surviving, but
Right.
not
Not
everybody.
thriving.
And for us to be thriving, even though it's a 13-hour day, I don't dread getting. I don't wake up with an alarm clock. Like my body's on like by like 8, between 8 and 9, I'm up. Like I wake up and I took a conscious effort to focus on my social media because I didn't want to hire somebody to do it because I kind of built the following super organic. I didn't really run marketing or anything like that. Once I made that conscious effort, that's when business really started picking up. It's kind of like I tell my friends that are, a lot of my friends are in the industry and they open up shops and stuff like that and they're non-existent on social media. I'm like, you're
What are you
not
doing?
you're not giving your business the best, chance to succeed. It's free. It's like,
You
who
got to get
cares?
out there and showcase.
You don't get likes. Who cares if somebody sees it? It's like, it doesn't matter if they make that impression on your feed, but somebody sees it.
For
So
sure.
there's no excuses. It's like, it's free. It's
Yeah.
like, if
Got to try it. You got to try it.
you don't want to do it, hire somebody to do it.
For sure. For sure. I saw this pic with you and Carlo Barlow. I kind of knew him from, we were like
Yeah.
neighbors. Great guy. His brother Roy, his sister Maria.
Yeah.
We grew up like a block away. And I was like, wow, I didn't know you guys were friends. He's phenomenal when it comes to photography and videos. He's great. I know he's in Japan right now. Shout out to Carlo.
Yeah.
How did you guys even know each other, man? How did you guys even come across?
I was Maria's year. We were Maria's year.
Yeah, we were. Yeah.
And I was already back here in Thailand, and Carlo was coming from. I think he was doing something in Thailand or something like that, and it was during the process of me getting the recipe together, and he just hit me up and of course I'm like, haven't seen people from the States, it's
Long time.
one of my first visitors, and I was more than happy to kind of like, show the hospitality, and he came through and supported. It was mad. Shout out to Carlo, man. It was just super.
Great dude, man. Great dude, man. Awesome dude.
Really, I think we took like a trip to Utah to the temples, and we got to really talk and kind of gave me that little New York vibe. That's what I miss. I miss the New York vibe. It's like
more than anything else, right? The New York vibe for sure goes a long way.
It's just like it's a little different here. Just your environment is different cultures. So, you just gotta adapt.
Yeah,
but
for sure.
I think that was a good time spent with Carl.
Awesome. I see the pic of you as a monk. I mean, the Zen, the outfit, the hair. I'm like, wow, this is amazing. Tell us about that experience. It seems very calm, relaxing, nurturing. You just get away from everything and just you're in your own world, your own element. Tell us about that.
It was, it was me and my brother got ordained at the same time. I forgot what year it was, but it was probably around, I think he was 20, I think I was 23 and he was 25, because you're supposed to do it when you're like in odd numbers between like,
okay,
you're like 21 and 25 or something like that. And me and him ordained at the same time. I think we did it for like 2 weeks. It was definitely an eye opener, but everything that led to that was not calm and peaceful, because I literally, like 2 days before I was supposed to enter the temple, I tore my ACL and MCL playing basketball. It was like, I jumped up for a rebound and it just hurt my knee.
Just like that, freak accident.
Yeah, and I didn't realize that I tore my ACL, MCL at the time. It was like we got some medication and stuff like that. Kind of did some holistic, voodoo.
Yeah.
And it worked. Man. It was like, magic. Like, slowing it down, and I was able to walk into the temple. But then I re-injured it walking in. So the whole time, if you see that, I don't know what, you see the pictures, my face is angry. Like because I'm in pain.
You're in pain. It hurts. Yeah.
Yeah. But you have to kneel and sit in stance, and imagine you kind of have a torn ACL and you're just on this knee for like 2 weeks.
Man, but you made it. You showed up. You played hurt. You made it.
Yeah, we made it. We made it through, and then I went back to New York, I think a couple of weeks later, and I had surgery.
Wow.
Of my knees for like 3 months, something like that.
That is crazy. Last time you burned pizza, you ever burned pizza? Last time you burned pizza?
Last time I burned pizza?
Yeah.
I haven't burnt pizza in a while because I don't bake the pizza. I usually the pizza.
Right.
And stretching the pizza, I think, is the hardest to train. So when I'm here, I'm more the guy that opens the pizza, and because I think the person that stretches out the pizza sets the tone for the pizza. The baking and the putting on the toppings and stuff like that is kind of, hard. And baking is we systemize it. So everybody that bakes, they have to, when they're training to bake, they have to internally like count, like every second, and you that until the body understands that, okay, this is, you kind of get a gauge.
Final product.
I'm sure they don't count anymore, but when you're training, so it's like easy way to train, baking, stretching the pizza, not so much, and
Not so much.
that's where I had trouble trying, staffing wise, is trying to get people to stretch it.
You seem to love hip hop. Why is that? From New York, you love hip hop.
I mean, I grew up, I grew up in Rockland. I mean, we grew up in New York, right? And I grew up on Mobb Deep and, Prodigy and,
Rest in peace, the Prodigy, man.
yeah, rest in peace to Prodigy. I miss that guy, man. But yeah, I think it was just, I think it was the culture that we grew up in, with the baggy pants. And, I think my first hip hop album was it was Wu-Tang. Before Wu-Tang, it was like, I was still in like Guns N' Roses and shit. And right there, oh, this hip hop thing. Oh, it's not
Right.
bad.
Right. Who's your top 5 rappers of all time? You got a list? You got a sample? You got a list for us today?
Listen, I always put Nas up there just because I relate to.
He's my number one. Nas, Jay-Z
Yeah.
for me.
Yeah, like he was not my number one. He's definitely my number one, just because like he's a great storyteller. You can kind of really envision and see that, that he's kind of living what he's talking about. Jay-Z used to be up there for me, but I'd be honest, I don't bump Jay-Z anymore, just because I don't know what the hell's going on. I don't know. There's all these things, with Diddy and all this shit, but it definitely turned me off from where it's like I used to rock with Jay, like playing every album like back to back and kind of listen through his old stuff. And I kind of shied away from it a little bit, So now it's more, I'm just trying to get my new wave up, trying to bring back some love songs and stuff.
You prefer old school rap, modern day rap? Because I can listen to rap from back in the 90s. You listen to rap now, you're like, what is this mumble rap garbage?
No, it definitely 90s, 80s, 90s, back in the day stuff, where the 90s babies. I'm not a big fan of the mumble rap. I mean, they got some. Nowadays, it's to me, it's like catching the beat, right? And then they kind of get that vibe, So I'm more, if it's like new artists, I'm more just listening to the beat than what they're actually mumbling about. You're just like, hey, what are they saying? It's like, I don't know, but the beat, let's just rock it.
I love 80s music, by the way. 80s music, man. I can listen to 80s music all day, every day, dude. I don't know. I put up, Miami Vice, my story, like pretty much every Friday or whatever, throwback, flashback Friday, whatever the case may be. But 80s music, something about 80s music, man, it just takes me back, dude. I'm just like, I'm all for it.
Yeah, man. I love the 80s vibes. And, I'm going to have to put that into rotation. And I just
please. Your next video you post, man, please. 80s music, dude. It was like simpler times. Everything was great. Everything was peachy. No worries in the world. It was love, right?
It was love. It was love, man. Now it's
just a lot going on. You a fan of Kendrick, by the way? Kendrick and Drake, you listen to these guys? A fan of those guys?
I listen to Kendrick. I listen to Drake. Okay. I just feel like, I don't know, there's so much going on in the world. I don't really pay attention too much to that, but I definitely listen to Kendrick shit. I don't listen so much to Drake anymore. I used to like Drake. I'm not to say that I don't like him anymore, but I do, when I'm looking for songs that I got to play on Instagram or something, I definitely shy away from, it's a Drake. It's like, you can get you shit and then I'll go find something else. All right, let's do it. Future.
Fill in the blank on this one. If Biggie Smalls was alive today.
Well, if Biggie Smalls is alive today, I guess. I think the game would be completely different. Yeah.
That's a good way to put it. Definitely a good way to put it. Anthony Bourdain, what does he mean to you personally? Anything that stands out by him, his life, where his journey?
A lot to me, actually. It was like I said, my journey into culinary school was not your conventional one. I didn't go to culinary school. I didn't, I took the money and I blew it on drugs. I kind of faked my resume, but my inspiration was Bourdain's book. It was Kitchen Confidential. It was like, I didn't buy a lot of things with that tuition money, but I bought his book. I bought a chef's coat, and then I bought a chef's knife, and kind of just read through his book and watched all his television stuff, and I think he was, I don't think there's ever going to be somebody that actually replaces him, and that's
That's the sad part. That's the sad part. Yeah.
Somebody that has that credibility of like being on that line, being in the kitchen, being in the trenches, speaking about it publicly, in a book, and then becoming what he became, this kind of like he was the first world travel influence, and kind of tragic, how we lost him and stuff like that. And I think what I related with him most, I think it was just the mental, his understanding the importance of mental health, and I think that's why he shared so much in his books and stuff like that. It's just because he takes a special type of person to work in the industry, especially the industry is not the same anymore.
No.
I don't want to say it's gotten soft, but it's gotten soft.
It's gotten soft. Yeah.
It's gotten soft.
Yeah.
You can't yell at people and say, but what? It's like,
you got to talk them a certain way. Very vanilla these days.
And it's like, yeah, I understand people are sensitive, but it does build character. It does, I don't think I would be the person that I am today if I didn't go through the reality of
the hard times. Yeah.
Of how the kitchen was, where, sometimes you get you didn't get,
yeah.
And
kicked in.
You get asked to you, and you kind of man up and you kind of get past it, and kids coming I don't know. I hope there's hope, there's always hope. There's always hope. I don't want Gen Z to cancel me. I don't know
who's listening out there today, right?
This year, man.
Yeah. Yeah. I mean, rest in peace, Anthony Bourdain. We all got something we're going through, right? I mean, you've been there. I've been there as well, too. How will history remember him? Will history be kind to him, Anthony Bourdain?
I think for them, I think so. Yeah, I think it would be, and at the end of the day, who cares? Like, I don't like, it's each other's perspective of what that person meant to them. We don't know the gist of everything, we don't know the true story, at the end of the day, whether he did it, whatever happened. I think people remember him for the good things, and we should just remember him. We should remember anybody for just the good things. It's like we've all done shitty things and we all done good things. And, I think we kind of just have to keep looking at like the positive of the people around us, But some people you say, "Okay, I'm not messing with this guy." It's like
he's a bad guy. Yeah.
But if this is your friend or you grew up with them and stuff like that, and you might have had some type of altercation and stuff like that, it's like, I might not talk to you anymore, I might not whatever, but if I think about you, it's like I'm not gonna think about the bad times that we have. It's just more like
times.
Yeah, it's like life is short and we're grown, and it's like if I see people that I did my steps, so I said my stories and I said my piece with a lot of almost everybody that I wanted to speak to, and I think we just keep it positive, It's like
That's
I think. If anybody has anything bad to say about Bourdain, it's like okay, unless you knew him, like on a personal
level,
it's just your personal view, and whether it's right or wrong, that's to the listener's interpretation.
Well said. Well said. What will Chef Bing be doing in 10 years from now?
I'll be on a farm stay down south of southern Thailand in Surat Thani, on a boat. and just kind of living more sustainable and slower lifestyle.
You ever gonna retire? You gotta hang up the boots, the chef jacket. You ever gonna
Yeah,
do that?
think I feel like my goal is to be financially stable, financially secure by the time I'm 50. So I'm turning 20, well, 20. I'm turning 46 in like a week or so. So I got like four more years to kind of reach my goal where if I don't think I would retire, but I don't want to worry about money. I want to have financial freedom, and I have the business running, and I'll be flying back and forth to oversee things. But we're getting older, and I don't know how much time I have left. So I don't want to spend all my life in the kitchen. As much as yeah, the chefs and stuff that I've had the pleasure to like work with and kind of spoken to lately and got caught up. I think we understand the importance of family and the time that we could spend with our family. And so, I want to spend as much time with my family as possible by the time I'm like 50. So that's why I'm grinding. Like I'm just
Right
like,
now, setting up for the future. That's it.
I'm just on the grind, and then, like, oh, you're chasing money. It's like, yeah, I'm chasing money. And like, because money means financial freedom for me, and so it equates to freedom, and, while I have the energy to pursue it, I'm going to pursue it as hard as I can.
Sure. Birthday's coming up. Any surprises? Anything planned? Anything out of the ordinary? What's the wife got planned for you? Just a
I'm
normal
not
day.
go out. We're gonna go have dinner. My birthday lands on like a Friday, so I'm literally going to some high-end restaurant. I'm hosting their neighbors, so first time I'm gonna go try their food. They're doing like some authentic traditional Italian style stuff. They've been around forever. It's like Lenzi's, and excited to go try their food. Like I said, it's a Friday, so I don't celebrate much. I don't go clubbing anymore. Every now and then I go hang out with my friends and smoke up and stuff like that. But for the most part, I'm home. It's like trying not to drink too much. It is fun though, but the body doesn't recover the same.
Yeah, we're not
I'm
spring
more
chickens anymore.
not spring. I go out. It's like I like to, and then I gotta make sure that I'm able to work the next day.
For sure.
Yeah.
Describe Pattaya. I've seen videos on YouTube. Looks a lot of fun out there, man. How would you describe Pattaya?
Pattaya, I would say it's Vegas, but
Okay.
times two, times three. Yeah, if we're talking about the sex game, right? When we talk about the entertainment, the adult, like it's weird because like Thailand, it's like where it's prostitution's illegal, but
Yeah.
everything's what it
Out there in the open. Yeah.
Yeah, it's embedded in the culture. I've had a lot of people that are like, I'm not saying like the dancing wild, like the show, like the girls, I guess they don't dance as well as girls maybe in Vegas and in the States side, but the sheer scope of everything, Sin City, yeah, times two, three times bigger than, yeah.
What are some popular sports activities in Thailand? Anything crazy you guys do out there?
Oh, Muay Thai, but I think, more a sport that's what, you know, we that's what Thais watch, and globally, there's a huge push for Muay Thai internationally. I have some friends and stuff that are part of like WBC Muay Thai, just like the World Boxing Council for Muay Thai, and they are doing some huge campaigns around Muay Thai, so it's getting this super global reach. So I think that's a lot of people come to Thailand to train for Muay Thai and stuff like that. Like a lot of schools, a lot of customers that are coming. So I think Muay Thai would be the national sport here. It's not, I don't think we have a basketball team. I don't think we have any of that stuff. We have a
Right.
soccer team. Soccer
Okay.
team they don't get enough funding. It's,
Yeah.
yeah,
Right.
they don't funding to do it. So yeah, I think Muay Thai is the national sport.
I was talking to Josh not too long ago, and he was trying to tell me some Thai words, and I was like, "You gotta tell me some words." He said, the one that stood out to me was "pang, pang, pang, pang." Negotiating. What are some of the 5 most popular words in the Thai language? What would you say?
Which means yes, right?
Okay,
Ha, which means yes, but for a female.
okay.
And we get a little more in depth. It's like, "tao lai" means how much, right? I'd say, which means it's very delicious, right? And "khop kun kap" or "khop kun ka," which means thank you.
That's awesome, dude.
Yeah.
If I'm picking up, what kind of line would I use to, if I'm flirting with a girl or anything like that? What would I say? What would I say to this girl? First time in Thailand, walking down the street. Can't say, "Hey, shorty," right?
Like, the perfect thing to say to it, but all the Thais would get it, and I don't know. But yeah, here's the thing in Thailand though, it's like the ratio of guys to girls is crazy. It's like 4 or 5 to 1, you know?
Wow.
That's why a lot of foreigners and a lot of people come and visit these places. Like I said, the working girls it's embedded in the culture. So it's everywhere. It's like you step out, it's like, it's almost as easy like how drugs was accessible for me in New York.
Yeah. Yeah.
Well, that's all, Thailand is, it's like, I don't want to portray it, but that's
What
how
it is. Yeah.
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 And you don't really have to really kick it to girls, unless you're looking like, it really depends what you're looking for. You're looking for a wifey and a girlfriend. Yeah, you got to kick it to the girl.
Right. Right.
But if it's just fun and stuff like that, it's so out in the open that, they come up to you, they pursue you, I think that's the difference. And I hate to say it, they understand the importance of, as much as them feeling good, is that their man or their significant other feels good about themselves,
Yeah. Yeah.
But it's one of those things. But I would say, it's damn. We can curse. We can curse.
Yeah. Yeah. You can. We can. Yeah. Sure.
I love that.
Man, I love that pong, pong, pong. I love that word, man. That just stuck with me, man. That was hilarious when Josh came on the show. Shout out to him, man. What's your favorite city in Thailand and why? So many cities, right? Little cities everywhere. What's your favorite one that sticks out to you?
Bangkok. Yeah, Bangkok is just. It reminds me of New York.
Big buildings, hustle and bustle.
City that never sleeps. There's always something going on. After hours, there's things going on that you don't even know about that are running until like 5, 6 o'clock in the morning. There's always something to do. So Bangkok's my favorite city, like, for sure. Yeah.
I see there's a turtle outside your shop, right? Ninja Turtles. Is that a Raphael, Leonardo, Donatello, Michelangelo? Who is that?
I think it's Michelangelo. Yeah.
Michelangelo.
Yeah,
Okay.
it's orange, right? Yeah. I think I'd like, we just, like I said, I think I might jack that image or something. From.
Were you a big Ninja Turtles fan growing up? Because you all loved the Turtles back in the 90s, right?
I absolutely watched the Ninja Turtles, and I wanted a Ninja Turtle up there, and it's just, we didn't need the image. We were just, you know what? We're just going to take this image. It looks good. And they want to come in for trademarks, which figured out later.
Who would you be if you were a turtle? Who?
I would say I would be Michelangelo. I think that's why we put him up there. Yeah.
Mikey. Okay.
Yeah.
That's awesome, dude. That's awesome, man. My brother, it's been an absolute pleasure having you on the show. You're an inspiration to many. New York roots, Bangkok made Chef Bing Pizza. Now, Thailand, you literally brought New York pizza over there to the motherland, which is just simply amazing, man. I'm so happy for you, your family, your wife. Happy birthday. Keep it going. I'll give you a birthday shout out as well on IG or maybe Facebook or whatever the case may be.
I appreciate you,
some
bro.
kind words. I appreciate you, man. It's been a long time coming, man. I haven't seen you since high school. Like,
yeah,
it's
man.
crazy.
Yeah.
Almost 30 years, man. Like, are you kidding me? Can we not wait another 30 years to do this again?
Nah, man.
Holy hell, man.
We got this thing. It's called the internet. So now we could.
Yeah. For sure, man. I gotta get Carlo Barlow on here. Shout out to him, man. Your mom as well. Shout out
Um,
to you guys, man.
definitely come check
Awesome,
it out.
man.
Yeah.
What are you doing for the rest of the day? There's never a day off in the restaurant business, right? There's never a day off.
It's 12, it's almost 1 a.m. So I'm probably gonna do some social media and then try to get ready for bed tomorrow. We open tomorrow. I'm trying to uh looking for a second location. So I'm probably gonna be
Okay.
on the
Somewhere
grind.
far away, close by, the radius, 30 minutes radius.
It's gonna be within like a 20-minute radius, but it's
Okay.
more and looking more like the Hollywood area of Bangkok. So we're looking at like Tonglo and more where the higher end clientels are. Yeah,
I wish
it's gonna
you
be good.
yeah, I'm sure you'll find it. I wish you so much luck, joy, success, your family, everybody. It's been a pleasure, man. I hope to come to Bangkok one day. What would you tell somebody about coming to Thailand? How would you sell Thailand to somebody coming there for the first time?
I would say the beach life. Going down there to experience the beach and Mother Nature of Thailand. Thailand has tons of UNESCO's World Heritage sites. That's what I did. So it's like I traveled a lot, but I only traveled in Thailand. So it was like kind of seen like almost all of Thailand, and there's just so much history and just wildlife, Mother Nature. I think that would be my strong selling point. And then of course if it's a guy, it's like, and if you're a single guy, it's like the females are they're nice, you know.
In a short term, they're nice. They're nice. They're nice. Any shout outs you want to give today to the universe? Any shout outs? Anybody you like to give any shout outs to?
I just want to shout out everybody. I think we're all kind of going through a big change that's going on in the world, wherever we are, whether we're in the United States I think we just have to kind of open up our consciousness and our mind a little bit about there's a lot of information out there that's on the internet and on social media and everywhere that we're just getting flooded with, and it's hard to tell what's reality and what's fake these days. And what I'd say, just cliche, just stay positive, and just trust that everything that you're going through and you're not the first one that has gone through it, and you're not going to be the last. And as long as you just keep focused on the positive, everything's going to work out.
Good advice for those who are listening out there. You're an inspiration, man. Keep doing your thing. Keep striving for greatness. You're awesome. And thank you so much for the time.
Thank you, my brother. I appreciate you, man. It
Thank you
was
so
fun,
much.
man. So good to catch up. Sorry I didn't get to ask any questions to you, but
Yeah.
like,
We'll do it again. We'll run it back next time. Somewhere down the road. We'll run it back. Yeah.
next time I'm gonna come with the sheet of paper.
You're gonna come with the sheets, right? Look at the sheets.
Because I'm prepared. I'm like, I got a lighter. You know, what's going down after.
You're great, man. Enjoy the rest of your day. Thanks so much for being on here, man. Love to have you back on again soon, man. Appreciate you.
Absolutely, man. Enjoy your day, bro.
Same to you. Chef Bing, everybody. All righty.
It's dope, man.